Morning guys, and welcome to today's lesson, which is the fourth lesson of unit 9.12, and today the learning objective is to know how to multiply algebraic fractions. So to start off with, we've got our knowledge retrieval, 6 questions. Please pause the video here for about 10 minutes, work through these 6, and then I'll give you the answers afterwards. So please pause the video now. Right, make sure you got a green pen ready because here's the answers. Please mark all of these, give yourself a score out of 6, and any that you may have made mistakes on or didn't attempt, then copy down the solutions please. Okay, so like I said, the learning objectives are to know how to multiply algebraic fractions. So we'll come to our first example problem pair of the lesson. Now, you'll see we've got 2 fractions here. The first one says 2a over 7 and it's times by b over e. So we've got to multiply these 2 together, and to help you out I've given you the success criteria down here. Step 1 is multiply the numerators, so the top of the fractions. Step 2 is to multiply the denominators, which means the bottom of the fractions. And step 3 is to simplify where possible. And it really is that easy to start off with. So let's have a look at this first example. We've got 2a over 7 times by b over e. So again, like I said, multiply the numerators. That's going to give us the numerator to our new fraction. So 2a times b on the top, and in the bottom, multiply the denominators. Step 2, 7 times e on the bottom. And this simply gives us on the numerator 2ab, on the denominator 7e. Then we follow step 3, we simplify where possible. Is there anywhere here we can simplify? Well, 2 and 7 share no common factors, so we can't simplify there. And there's no shared letters either. So this is our answer, as simple as it can be. Please copy this one down and then try the we do for me. Okay, so we'll go through that we do now. Hopefully you paused the video previously and you copied down the I do. You've had a go at the we do. So again, a over 7 times 3c over e. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then simplify. So we've got a times 3c on the top, and on the bottom we've got 7 times e. So a times 3c, we're going to write that as 3ac, and then 7 times e we're going to write as 7e. And then just check if we can simplify, and again we cannot simplify any further, so this is our answer. So make sure to mark yours in green pen. Well done if you got this correct answer. If you didn't, maybe look at the solution, the worked example, and try and figure out where you went wrong if you did. Okay, so for the next example, we've got 2a over 7 times b over 6e. And again, follow the success criteria. So I'm just going to write out our fractions over here. So multiply the numerators. So we've got 2a times b on the top and 7 times 6e on the bottom. So 2a times b we're going to write as 2ab. 7 times 6e we're going to write 42. 7 times 6 gives 42e. And then the difference with this question here, have a think about it. There's something different to this example compared with the last one, and the difference is we can actually simplify this one. 2 and 42 have a common factor, which is 2, so we can take out 2 as a common factor, divide top and bottom by 2, we're going to be left with AB or 1AB on the top, and on the bottom we're going to be left with 21E, and that's my final solution. AB over 21E. So please pause the video here and copy it down and then try the we do for yourselves. Right, okay, so if we come to the we do now, if you need a bit longer then just pause it even longer, but we've got 3a over 5 times c over 6e. And again, multiply those top two numbers. 3a times c goes on the top, and the bottom we're going to have 5 times 6e. So 3a times c gives 3ac. 5 times 6e, well 5 times 6 gives 30. And then we've got that e still as well, so it's 30e on the bottom. Right, okay, so look at this fraction here, 3ac on the top, 30e on the bottom. 3 and 30 share a common factor, which is clearly 3. So if we divide the top and the bottom by 3, in this case, we'll have ac, or 1ac on the top, over 10e on the bottom. So I've just divided both top and bottom by 3 to get this as a simplified answer. So if you got this solution correct, you're doing absolutely fantastic. Well done. Okay, so example 3, this is the final example I'll take you through before I give you some questions to practice yourselves. In this one we've got 2a over 7 times a over 6e. So again, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators and simplify where possible. So on the top we're going to have 2a times a, on the bottom we're going to have 7 times 6e. So 2a times a, so we've got two a's here. Remember, 2a times a, well, a times a is going to give a squared. But this is 2a times a, so we're going to have 2a squared on the top here. 7 times 6e is going to leave us with 42e. 7 times 6 gives 42, and then we've got that e on the end as well. So we've got 2a squared over 42e. These two share a common factor, which is 2. So if I divide top and bottom by 2 on this one, dividing both by 2, that's going to give me 1a squared, or just a squared on the top, and 21e on the bottom. And this is my final solution, a squared over 21e. So please copy down this solution here and then have a go at the we do for me, and we'll go through that in a moment. Okay, so for the we do, we've got 2a over 5 times a over 6e. So 2a over 5 times a over 6e. So I multiply the top two, 2a times a, multiply the bottom two, 5 times 6e. 2a times a gives 2a squared, 5 times 6e gives 30e, and then I can cancel out by taking out 2 as a common factor of both the top and the bottom. So divide both top and bottom by 2, we're left with a squared, or 1a squared on the top, and 15e on the bottom, and that's my answer. Really well done if you got this question correct. Okay, so here's some questions. I'd like you to pause the video here, complete as many of these as you can. Remember to follow these success criteria, because these will help you. And pause that for 10 minutes and we'll be back with the answers in a moment. Okay, so there's your answers. So please mark them for me in green pen. Pause the video here for as long as you need to mark those answers, please. Okay, so moving on to some different examples. These are going to be slightly harder this time. We've got example 1 here, which says 2a over 7 times 1 over 6a. Again, multiply the numerators multiply the denominators, and then simplify where possible. So 2a times 1 is going to give 2a. 7 times 6a is going to give 42a. So have a think about this, what we've got at the moment, and think what's different to previous examples we've seen. Now, the main difference with this example is it can be simplified even further than previous because we've got an a on the top and we've got an a on the bottom. So 2a and 42a, think of the highest common factor of those two, and it's actually going to be 2a. So if we divide both top and bottom by 2a, that's going to leave me with, on the top, 1, 2a divided by 2a gives 1, and then 42a divided by 2a is going to give me 21 on the bottom. So this is actually simplified to 1 over 21. So copy this one down and then please try the we do, and we'll go through that in a moment. Okay, so for the we do, a over 5 times 5 over 6a. Again, multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then simplify. So a times 5 is going to give 5a. 5 times 6a is going to give 30a. And again, we've got a letter that can cancel out, and we've got numbers that can simplify it as well. So the highest common factor of 5a and 30a, again, is actually going to be 5a. So divide top and bottom by 5a. 5a divided by 5a is 1. 30a divided by 5a is going to be 6. So this actually simplifies to 1/6. Really well done if you got that right by yourself. Okay, so for this next example, we've got 2x cubed over 7 times x squared over 6. So multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then simplify. So 2x cubed over 7 times x squared over 6. Now, this takes us back to something we recapped a little bit at the start of Unit 9.12, which was our index laws. So remember, 2x cubed times x squared, you're going to multiply these two together, but remember, when we multiply both these x's together, we're going to add together the powers. So 2x cubed times 1x squared is going to give me 2x to the power of 3 plus 2, which is 5, over 7 times 6, which gives 42. So remember to apply your index laws when you've got two shared letters, okay, raised to powers. Now we can simplify this by taking out 2 as a common factor, so divide both 2 on the top and on the bottom. 2x to the power 5 divided by 2 gives 1x to the power 5, or just x to the power 5. 42 divided by 2 gives 21. So please copy that one down and then try the we do for me as well, please. Okay, so for the we do, 3x squared over 5 times by 2x to the power 4 over 3x. So multiply the top two. Now, this is slightly different to this one because we have two coefficients. In this, the coefficient was effectively 1. So remember, here we need to do 3 times 2, which is 6, and then x squared times x to the power 4 gives x to the power of 2 plus 4, which is 6. And that's going to be over 5 times 3x, which gives 15x. And again, this one's slightly different because we can cancel out the numbers, but we can also cancel out an x. So if I start by cancelling out the numbers, 6 and 15 share a common factor of 3. So if I divide top and bottom by 3, that's going to leave me with 2x to the power 6 over 5x. And then from here, I've actually got a shared letter on both the top and the bottom. So if I cancel out this x with one of these x's and change this 6 to a 5, that'll give me my fully simplified answer. So it's 2x to the power 5 over 5. If you got this right, you're doing really well, because this was a bit of a tough question. So really well done if you did get this right. If you didn't, make sure you've copied this down and you've looked at the worked example, you've looked at the solution, and you've seen where you've gone wrong. Okay? Right, final example. We've got 2x cubed over 7 times by 1 over 6x. And again, multiply the top two, so 2x cubed times 1 gives 2x cubed. 7 times 6x gives 42x. And this is similar to the example you did in the we do last time, where we can cancel out numbers. So 2 and 42 share a common factor of 2. So divide top and bottom by 2. That gives me x cubed over 21x. And then from here we can actually cancel out an x. So cancel out this x with one of these x's, change that 3 to a 2. So it's x squared on the top and 21 on the bottom. X squared over 21 is our answer. So please copy that one down and then try the we do. Pause the video, make sure you've got this down, and then try that we do yourself. Okay, so for the we do, we've got 3x squared over 5 times by 2x to the power 4 over 3x squared. So 3x squared times 2x to the power 4. Remember to multiply the coefficients first, so 3 times 2 gives 6. X to the power 2 times x to the power 4 gives x to the power of 2 plus 4, which is 6, over 15x squared on the bottom. So here we can cancel out a 3 from the 6 and the 15 to leave us with 2x to the power 6 over 5x squared. I've just divided both top and bottom by 3. And then we can cancel out x squared on the bottom with 2 of these x's here. So I change this 6 to a 4. So what I'm left with is 2x to the power 4 on top and then a 5 on the bottom. And really well done if you got this right, because these questions are getting quite tough now. Okay, so time for some independent practice. Here's some questions for you. Please try as many of these as you can, pause the video for as long as you need, work through these, and then I'll give you the answer. And that'll be the end of the lesson after this. So please pause the video now. Okay, and here's your answers. So please mark them for me, give yourself a score out of 15. And that marks the end of today's lesson. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.